welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's start with our opening prayer. Sorry if you guys can hear my husband playing the gong downstairs. He's in his element. Let's just start, get moving. Oh, great spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my father, my mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste. Okay, first question already. Good for you. Dear Sky, I have a great fear of doctors and medical procedures. Can you please help me with this fear? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to bring in Archangel Raphael and his band of mercy, and we're just going to start by giving you an energetic vacuum. There we go. And we're going to bring in Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Michael as well to help you advocate for yourself. You have medical emancipation. You don't have to say yes to anything until you understand it and you feel comfortable. And it's the nurses and the doctor's job to explain procedures to you so that you can give proper consent. Okay? So let's just release that fear. Any friends, relatives, family members that have not done well after medical procedures or have passed away in hospitals, can we release that grief from being attached to your experiences now? Let's pull the belief doctors are dangerous, nurses are dangerous, and replace it with every hand that touches me is a healing hand. I know I have divine protection. It's safe for me to be who I am. Okay. Oh, let's have a look. There's loads now. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Hi, Sky. I am reposting my question from yesterday. That's okay. Can the angels tell me what is going on in my relationship with my husband and if I should leave or if I should continue to work on my inner blocks? I know that I have to decide on my own. Is he my divine compatible partner or is there someone else? Thank you. I love your work and your energy. Okay. So a bit of tough love here because the angels are showing me that you have already decided to leave. You are just coming to terms with the guilt around it. And the fact that you are no longer in love with him. This is not about whether he's your soulmate or not. This is about you accepting the fact that you no longer love this man, and that you haven't for a while. Whether he's your soulmate or not won't make you fall in love with him again. You're just going through the motions, and relationships serve their purpose once they're only good for our growth and our evolution, um whilst we love the person, and that can sometimes be covered over by anger or resentment, etc. But when we no longer love the person, it's our duty to let them go, because they can find someone that will love them more, and also because it creates a toxic dynamic, right, where you're both trapped in a loveless relationship. So anywhere where you're lying or hiding from the truth from yourself because you feel guilty that you've fallen out of love, guilty that you want something different, because guilt then creates punishment, right? Can we release all this guilt about no longer loving someone and replace it with the courage to be kind and to be honest and to have your own back? There we go. No is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain to anyone, and you probably don't even know when you fell out of love, why you fell out of love. But if you wanted to work on the relationship, that's where I would go energetically. Ask Creator, when did I fall out of love? And then work on that so that you could fall in love with who he is now, in theory. But you've already made this decision, so you would have to make a new one. There we go. Okay. Okay. I advise, okay, if it's by divine timing that I do your medical intuitive course, if the economic and financial situations will enter, and then any divine recommendations. So, Marcella, you are you are 100% a medical intuitive, and yes, you need to get your butt in here to do the 6 month training with me. But the advice is the same. So I've been on your Facebook page, and this is the basics. If someone can't tell from your Facebook posts what you do, how you can help them, what your programs are, how much you charge, right? Then it blocks your income, because people are busy. They are scrolling when they're doing work, when they're dealing with their kids, often when they're dealing with illnesses, when they're dealing with financial issues. Most of them are under a high level of stress. So if they have to go looking for who you are and what you do, they won't. How many people's profiles did you go and visit today? Right? Most people only look at their own feed. They won't go looking around for other people unless they have a reason to. Okay? So it's important to start being more visible. I have literally spoken to more than 34 people now, um, around medical intuitive, and I've still got more than another 20 in the discovery calls to come, and there are still people booking. And I would say around 45% of the people that had money blocks, just by implementing posting on a daily basis with who they are, what they do, how they can help, what their packages and one-to-one sessions cost, and a payment link, and they immediately had clients within 24 to 48 hours. The only other bit of advice that I would give is don't do it on your business page, do it on your personal page. Put the pricing and the links inside the comments section, because unless you have money to run ads, and most of you are struggling financially right now, Facebook changed their visibility policy on the business pages a long time ago. So unless you are running ads, nobody, even if you have a large following on your business page, is seeing your posts on your business page. Okay. So a lot of you are saying to me, I've had 5 people altogether say to me that they did launches that completely flopped, and 2 of them relaunched within the last week because I told them to, using their personal pages, and their courses were full simply because they were launching to an audience that couldn't see them. Right. And connecting with people, audience, is the biggest sign of whether you're going to be successful, is if you can connect with people. Now, obviously, if you're talking into cyberspace and no one's seeing you, no one's hearing you, it's no different than being in a room and being gagged, right? You can go, but they can't hear you. And it's the same thing if you're talking with an audience that you're not being promoted to on a business page that's not running ads or doing anything. You need to come back to your personal page until you have enough income where you're ready to start a marketing plan, where you're ready to start running ads, right? And that requires you starting to have a steady flow of clients, or starting to have people start to come into your memberships. But those are the 2 main things that are global advice that I would give to anyone. Is people can't see you, and unless you can afford ads, which you will be able to, and you should then run ads to bring in fresh people and to connect with new people that need your help. But first, we have to just start helping the people that are in your circle already. And then as the income comes in, you can start with this ad strategy, or different things like that. Okay. But that's the first thing. If you go and look at your business page right now, or your personal page, and there's no bio, I can't tell that you're a qualified healer, I can't tell what packages you offer, how I can work with you. People are quite shy and they ghost people a lot. And what often happens is people will come onto your page, see your prices, go, I have to save, or I have to sort this out, and then come back in a day or come back in a week, either because they've gotten the money from someone, either from a client, or because they've had a conversation with somebody that can help them out financially and they want to do therapy. But if they don't know how much you charge for things, they can't even work that out. And many people will hide from you the fact that they struggle financially or they can't afford it, because it's still such a public shaming thing, right? And people are really ashamed of asking for charity. So even though I help people on the discovery calls to get their income flowing, first they have to tell me, right? And they have to give me permission to do those clearings. But the visibility thing is a huge deal. People should be able to glance at your page, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and within 2 seconds tell me what you do, how much you charge, how you can help them. And the moment that you get that cracked, the block is done, because communication has the word communion in it, which stands for divine connection. So when your communication is clear, so is your connection clearer. And when the client feels the love and they feel like you get them and you understand them, they will naturally make contact with you. But I also noticed, and this is important, like you a lot of you are talking to yourselves or about yourselves. And whilst it's important to tell them your story, you have to turn it into how it serves them, how it serves humanity, how it helps them with where they are. If you want a deeper connection with your ministry or with your audience, you have to have a deeper conversation with them, right? So, it's no different than if you're imagine that your audience is your boyfriend, okay? And you only have conversations on days where you feel good or where you want to. That relationship wouldn't be a very good relationship, right? To have a good relationship with your partner, you have to show up on a regular basis. You'd have to communicate daily. You'd have to be clear about what you want and what you need. You'd have to be willing to negotiate, and you'd have to show a lot of love. It is absolutely no different with your people, right? It is absolutely no different. They need to know that you understand them. They need to know that you can help them. They need to know that you're reliable. These are people's lives we're talking about, their businesses, their bodies, their mindset. So they're checking when they see your posts if you're consistent, because trust is built in consistency. And if you post daily, if you have conversations with them daily, they get a strong and valid connection that if you say you're going to be there, you're going to be there. If you say you're going to take care of them, you're going to take care of them, right? So it's important. Think, if it helps, think about them as a child. If you had a child, you have to talk to it every day. You have to nurture it every day, and for the bigger part of the day, right? So one day is the minimum that you can give. And if you look at what you're giving, it shows what you're receiving, right? So it's that energy of getting out of this weird spiritual entitlement and just this, oh, just manifest. I'm all for manifesting, but I'm also for showing up and glowing up. And I have both. I have instant manifestations where I've been pulled in front of audiences of 4,000, 5,000 people through synchronicity, through connection, through conversations in health food shops. And I show up and I talk to you guys daily, whether it's in posts or whether it's in lives or whether it's in TikToks or whether it's in reels. I show up and I connect because I can feel you, right? So if you're ghosting your clients, it's no different than if you're ghosting your soulmate or if you're ghosting a child. You need to create trust, and trust is only built with regular and consistent communication. Okay, so yes, Marcella, you are 100% supposed to be on the medical intuitive course. You know it and I know it, but you need to be a bit more visible, my love. Okay. Hi, Sky. I want to know how to grow more financially and spiritually. So we just covered the basics of practical growth. Now, I know it sounds, people start going to, I don't want to do the business side, or it sounds too salesy, or blah, blah. Let me clear this up for you. Course in Miracles says love is practical. Okay. Love is metaphysical and spiritual, but love is practical. And you will never understand that more deeply than when you are in a long-term relationship, or when you are a mom, or when you do a job that requires taking care of animals, right? Love is practical. Love is finishing work and playing with your child and giving them presence and time. Love is being present with your partner and figuring out who they are now and how they tick and how they work. Love is laundry and dishes and dinner and difficult conversations and problem solving together. It's not just the romantic part. Love is practical, and it's the same thing in business, maybe even more so because there's money involved, where you have to honor other people's financial interests as well, and there's financial wounds to be had a look at. So the first thing is the visibility, understanding that love is practical, right? The next is showing up on a regular basis. When you're saying, I'm a social worker, but I never felt satisfied, need freedom and less stress, need gratitude. right? Need gratitude. So can we download you with the practice of gratitude? Because wherever you go, there you are, and you will never be happy. Okay, I say this with the most respect possible. Bomba. That's what we say when my son falls down. You will never be happy unless you have gratitude. Okay, it's that simple. You can be in a mansion, you can be making billions. If you don't have gratitude, happiness is not available to you. Okay, so can we open you up to gratitude? Some of you are making things complicated. Can I release you from that? Can we release you from the need to make things complicated as a way of sabotaging your life or to prove your family's right? It's not complicated. Making money, not complicated. Really not complicated. Being happy, really not complicated. But it requires practice. And that's why Course in Miracles says it's not difficult, but it is different, right? It's not complicated. It is different. So can we show you being happy is not difficult. You have to focus on what you have. You have to focus on gratitude. And 100%, right? If you want more money, if you want a job that requires less stress, because being a social worker requires being with people who are deeply suffering, right? Then for you, it requires starting a side hustle. And what I say to my clients is 9 until 5, you pay your bills in the beginning, and then 6 until 10, you buy your freedom. And it won't take you 6 months to buy your freedom. It really won't, especially if you're being consistent, if you're showing up, if you're posting every day, if you're being clear about what your offers are. People will start to get to know you. They'll trust you. And especially with you, and you have a very strong a bit capacity to help people. Money comes from being able to solve people's problems. If you can solve problems for people, then money comes in, right? Because a problem by definition is a block to someone else's abundance. So can we show you that this can be simple? You'll have to apply different strategies than you have been before. And you're going to have to show up and you're going to have to become more visible. But oh my gosh, is that easier than going to a job you hate every day? Oh God, yeah. Right? And there are so many ways to make money nowadays. You can make money now watching Netflix. Netflix pays £34 an hour for you to watch Netflix and review its shows. You can make money from starting an Amazon affiliate system and using your social media. You can make money from creating a product on Etsy that's a printable. You can make money from doing healing sessions. You can make money from running memberships. You can make money from running groups. Money is everywhere and it can come from everyone. You have to find the way of receiving money that brings you peace. But money is unlimited. Okay. And business is just energy. Money is just energy. There we go. But this lack of gratitude, this will block anything. Let's pull the seeds of bitterness out of your spine, especially out of the back of your heart, because they're getting rooted in there. I'm just pulling them out. And give you permission to adapt. There we go. Okay, that's looking good. Hi, Sky. I wanted to know what my life purpose is. Oh, we just did that one. Okay. Alina saying, hi, Sky. Hi, everybody. And if medical intuitive will help with my growth. Okay. Medical intuitive is incredible. I poured lifetimes of my learnings into this course. You go in, normally people come in knowing that they're healers, but uncertain about how to get somebody from sickness to health, right? From brokenness to wholeness. By the time that you leave, you're not just a confident healer. You understand how to market yourself. You understand how to position yourself. You understand the worth that you bring. And you are strong in who you are, right? You know how to have conversations about with medical professionals. You are not shy about telling people that you can help them, that you really can help them. And if you can see just how much doing these angel readings with me has already created growth in your life, can you imagine what 6 months of daily connection and communication, not just around general topics, but how to really get results for yourself and for your clients as a healer, right? And releasing those deep unconscious fears to disease being real and actually mastering the fact that it can be discreated, that it's an illusion, what that will do for your confidence, what that will do for your finances. It's a multi 6, 7 figure business opportunity. And it has never been available before in a format where you can be accredited and you can get insured, and you can add it to your clinics or your practices. So it does provide an insane amount of growth. To be honest, more than I ever expected to give, because when I showed up and taught the course, I respond to the group energy. So I meet you where you are, the same way that God meets people where they are, right? And we fill in the weaknesses in that particular group, in that collective consciousness, because every group is different. But it's a course that's not just about healing. It's a course that's about you, and getting you to leave there not just feeling like a spiritual student, but leave there knowing that you are, beyond a shadow of a doubt, a spiritual teacher, and that it's time for you to rise, support others, and that is available to you doing what you love. Because so many people in the online space are giving up healing and are giving up their soul mission because they think they can only make money by teaching business or doing business coaching or doing abundance coaching. And that's not true. This is a huge marketplace. Medical intuition is, if it's your gift, you are standing on a pot of gold. You don't have to be someone else to make money. You have to be confident in who you are as a healer. And you guys have seen the discussions we just had. Most people aren't confident in who they are as a healer. And then they go into the client relationship and even into their families asking for validation and recognition. Because nobody gives you validation and recognition for being psychic as a child. Unless you had a mom or a dad who was a light worker, we didn't get that. So what do we do with unmet needs of our inner child? We try and get them met as adults. But as an adult healer, it's our job to hold space for the group, for others, right? So without a community of our own, you're going to the wrong place for what you need. You will never get validation from your clients until after they've had the result, right? You need to get validation from God. You need to tell yourself on a daily basis that you're incredible at what you do. You need to put yourself in rooms with people like me who have done what you want to do, and with people who are doing what you want to do. So the community of students that are around you building their lives based on creating a global medical system that's democratic and that's available to everyone, right? That is what we're looking at building. And I don't bypass anything. We do financial blocks to health because it's such a big issue when it comes to feeling peace. We do the family constellations. We do the business blocks to health, because so many people have this belief that unless they have perfect health, they can't heal other people, which is mad, right? You have to show up as you are, and your clients are like a lock and key. But there's over 88 modules in this thing because I wanted it to be bulletproof. And I wanted to know that even if I died tomorrow, and that's part of what happens when you become a mom, right? You realize that you are mortal, and because so many women have died in childbirth, etc., you realize that if you haven't shared your gifts with the world, that you might not get a chance to, and it gives you this leverage, right? And that's what I did. If I keeled over tomorrow, this course would still light up the world, but you get it, and you get it with me on a weekly basis. I'm there the same way I'm here, answering questions, figuring things out, looking at your homework, looking at your swaps, looking at your case studies to get you from A to B. So it's a very comprehensive course. And yes, there's a lot of spiritual growth involved. And I think at least 3 of the people that have signed up said that they were signing up as a spiritual training as well as a medical intuition, because they already were body workers. We've got nurses and doctors and people who do traditional medicine. We've got a lot of healers as well. And it's going to flow. It's going to be a very strong group this year. I can feel it. Hi, lovely. Thank you for this week's theme too. Yeah, I felt you guys. I really felt it. I felt that you guys sucking me into soulmate work, which is good for me because I haven't done it in a long time. I have issues with my dad living with us, having health issues, and I feel kind of manipulated and emotionally abused. It's a mess feeling. What shall I do to ease the tension? Thank you. Okay, let's just start by sending the situation lots and lots and lots of unconditional love. And I'm going to bring Archangel Raphael and his band of mercy because your dad definitely needs healing. And so do you. Okay, so this is actually a very big lesson for all of us who are listening. I'm getting Archangel Jeremiah, and he's the angel of forgiveness. And he's saying that you need to do the forgiveness exercise with your father. And he's showing me that what your father's here to teach you is how to give more. Okay. So if you imagine that we have like an inner circle that we're comfortable, a level that we're comfortable giving, right? A lot of us won't hire a VA, won't hire a cook, won't hire a nanny, won't hire a cleaner, right? Because energetically, we resent having to give that money to that person, right? And it's the same thing with parents. Or often people put parents in old folks' homes, or they put parents in different countries and never go back to see them, because on a very deep level, we're still angry at them for the needs they didn't meet during our childhood. And we're going to punish them by not taking care of them in their old age. Sorry, I'm going to be really honest with you guys here. So can I release the grudges that you have? Anybody else that wants this, just say yes. Can I release the grudges that you have towards your parents for the places where you felt disappointed and where you felt they failed you? And can we discipline your disappointment through Creator of all that is? Because discipline comes from the word discipleship, right? Undisciplined disappointment becomes grudges. Oh, there we go. And grudges are not good juju. Becomes bitterness. It becomes that place where you're not happy even when you have incredible things happening. Okay, so this is like also one of those places where we need to give more to receive more to give more, and then we resent it, right? If I make more, then I have to give it to my family. If I make more, then I have to give it to my debtors or to the tax person. So anywhere where you are sabotaging making more money because you don't want to support others, right? Can we change the conversation around this? Why are you not so abundant, right? That you can provide for those in your life with ease? Why are you blocking your abundance to the extent that you can only take care of yourself? Because that's selfish. If we can only take care of ourselves, it's all about us, right? And that's a childhood financial mindset. Our finances are not just about taking care of us. I know I'm going against loads of therapists, but screw that. I'm a spiritual teacher, not a psychology teacher, and I'm not here to stroke anybody's egos. I'm here to help you become better human beings. We need to stretch your capacity to give. You're here to help millions of people, and you're getting resentful about helping one or two or even your own family. We have to open your hearts. Come on. There we go. There we go. Oof, all these grudges towards taking care of family and taking care of friends, and it's all coming out beautifully. We have to stretch your capacity to give. If you struggle to give to one person or to take care of one family, you're going to struggle to give a portion of your income or donate it to people who suffer more than you. You're going to struggle to pay your staff. You're going to struggle to pay yourself. We have to stretch this. We have to open this. It should not be closed. It's not an unrealistic expectation for an adult to provide. It is your birthright to provide. God provides for all of us every single day. You were made in his image and likeness. You are a powerful provider. You provide as a woman. Women provide bodies and skin and bones and souls, right? We provide food and shelter and nurturing and income. Throughout the whole of the nature kingdom, you are in your divine feminine when you are providing. Anyone that says otherwise is delusional. There we go. And you're in your divine feminine when you are receiving, but there's balance in all things. There we go. It's good to give. That's what gratitude is. Gratitude is joy in giving, and it's the root of all happiness. And a lot of you are resenting giving and not knowing why you're so unhappy. Let's open this up. Some people are hooking into this as a way of getting you to book sessions or create more unhappiness. I'm just going to blast this wide open. Nobody should be hooking into your insecurities or fears. You were born to give and you were born to receive, and both are beautiful. Give healings, give abundance, give God's greatness, give hope and belief and strength. Make the world a better place. You were born to give and you were born to receive, but it's both. One is the in breath, the other is the out breath. Without either, you're going to have a problem. There you go. Without either, you die, right? So you need to be able to give. Stop blocking or being embarrassed about or not wanting to or resenting giving. Whenever you give to someone, bless what you gave them. Even if it was unexpected, even if it was a surprise, even if you didn't want to, bless it. You can breathe the anger out in the car. You can work at stretching your capacity to give in the bathroom. Let's just imagine giving is like an elastic stretchy band. And I want you to just flex your hands the way I'm flexing my hands. Like mold it like it's Play-Doh. And I want you to stretch and then let it ping back and just mold it like it's Play-Doh. Just stretching the energy of giving. Stretch out. It feels good, doesn't it, when it's bigger? Just stretch out, because the moment that you constrict, right? Are you expanding or are you contracting? And the capacity to give is an expansion. And that's why it's so painful when we contract. There we go. Okay, now you can set loving boundaries with your father from a place of love instead of from a place of grudges, rejections, etc. Um, I will always take care of my parents. I will always take care of my children. I will always take care of my husband. Now, here's the deal. The same way that with my husband, with my children, if my parents, and I've had to do this with my dad a couple of times, um, I get this, like you said, this feeling that they are not taking care of themselves and they're actively sabotaging something, then that's time for a difficult conversation and it's time for a boundary, right? So can Creator download you with how to resolve conflicts consciously, but how not to avoid the conversation, how not to stay sick, to manipulate or to use. There you go. Okay. Aileen, I learned angel work from Doreen Virtue and from her son Charles Virtue. So if you're gonna go learn about angel stuff, I recommend sticking with Charles Virtue. Doreen doesn't teach angel work anymore. She's become very strong Christian, but I loved her books, and that's where I learned my crafts is with angels. Emilia saying, "Hi Sky, wondering if you could scan my body and ask the angels what's going on. I'm constantly tired, brain fog since having COVID last year, chest pains. Thank you so much." So they're immediately showing me that you need magnesium, you need fulvic minerals, and they're also showing me that you need MSM. So your body's become deficient in sulfur, and your gut got damaged. So very often, because viruses mess with the amount of cortisol inside the body, because cortisol is the stress hormone, cortisol is also one of the hormones that we use to make other hormones. So there's a hierarchy of hormones: cortisol, DHEA, melatonin. These are all hormones that we attach something onto on a chemical level to make our hormones that we need to make estrogen, to make progesterone, to make cholesterol, to make what we need to be able to regulate. And when we spend a lot of time in flight freeze, we use a lot more cortisol than normal, which is a state of chronic stress for the body, and we deplete the body minerally and physically. And that's very often why with viruses, not just COVID, with Epstein-Barr, with gosh, there's loads more, but with all the viruses that I work with, whenever there's a long-term exhaustion, brain fog, it's because it's caused imbalance in the endocrine system. And particularly for women, when estrogen is low, that makes the gut wall become really thin. And then we get leaky gut, and then the parasites and the stuff start escaping into our bloodstream. So can we command an instant balancing on your endocrine system, but also show you to please go and get a hair mineral analysis, go and get a blood test done on depletion, and start taking some minerals and some vitamins. I gave you the ones that I would recommend, but obviously I don't know your medical history or background, and I cannot give medical advice, but that is where I would begin if I was in your shoes. Okay, my love? Hello, dear Skylar. So happy that you're doing this. I would like to know which blocks I still have regarding my visibility. I kept working on this in these past weeks. Seems to be running deep. Thank you, Iona. Showing up, consistency. So that's one of the biggest things that we talked about earlier. If you only show up when you feel like it, I want you to apply that same logic to friendships, to soulmate relationships, to children. In your life as a woman that you can't do that and be in integrity. You have to show up every single day for the people that you love. And the same thing applies with visibility. You have to be visible every single day. And that's what knocks it down. And I really struggled with this because not only did I not take my social media seriously, but like you guys, I had major fears about being persecuted, about being burnt at the stake, about having my platform taken away from me, about ending up in jail. I had all sorts of fears about being sued or being persecuted if I became more visible and started telling the truth about what's going on. So these fears are very real, and a huge part of it is doing the healing work. But if your subconscious mind is super, super clever, and if you say, I'm only going to be visible when I'm healed, then you're never going to get healed, right? If you start being visible every single day and you're doing the healing sessions at the same time, it'll get easier and easier and easier because you're building the muscle at the same time as doing the emotional work. It's kind of like saying, I'm never going to work out until I release all my trauma around exercise. Well, it's like, well, it's never going to happen. You've been moving your body since you were a baby. You'd have to go, into other lifetimes as well. You need to start moving your body and doing the healing work as you go along. Never use being blocked as an excuse not to show up for people and not to let God do his work in people's lives, right? You need to show up every day when it feels comfortable, when it doesn't feel comfortable. Show up as authentically as you possibly can. Okay. Make the decision that you're going to connect and communicate about when you're going to connect. Because that's the other game that I used to play unconsciously without even knowing it, is I'd say, I'm going to do lives this week, but I wouldn't say when, I wouldn't say where, it wasn't organized. And it throws people off because other people have lives too, right? Imagine me saying to you, I'll meet you for a coffee at some time this week, but I don't give you the time, the date, or the place. Chances are you're going to make other plans because I've made it obvious that I'm not reliable. It's exactly the same thing with your lives, with your comments, with your posts, right? People are looking to see if you're reliable and if they can trust you. So consistency is key. Why should people trust you with their lives and their hearts if you are not going to show up, or if you're only going to show up when it's good for you, right? This is a two-way relationship. So it's just that energy of, I'm going to start showing up as I am now. And you can even talk about your visibility journey. You can even talk about what you're clearing and what you're healing every day, because that's very relevant to the healing community, right? But don't delay showing up because you're still working through your stuff. Every new level has stuff for you to work through. There is no other way but through. And that is part of spiritual growth. It does run deep. It's lifetimes. You're not going to undo lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes worth of trauma in one round. You will in 3 months, right? It will start to dissolve like a spiral because you'll get there faster. The trauma will come up, the fear will come up. You'll tune into Creator and be like, what is this? Creator will show you you're still afraid of getting hurt. You'll hand it over to Creator, right? You'll replace it with knowing that you are strong enough to handle every challenge that's inside your life, that pain is a part of life, suffering isn't, and that you can do hard things. And that, yes, you might get hurt, but you are already getting hurt. Not living your divine life purpose hurts. Not being in a soulmate relationship hurts. Not connecting with people and making an income hurts. So choose your hard. Okay, you have a choice. You can doing nothing is a choice. So can we release this belief that doing nothing is a form of patience? And can we show you the truth? Patience is actually a form of love. It's allowing others and situations to grow in their own time or their divine timing. And you can love who you are, and you can accept where you are and still hold yourself to a higher standard. There we go. Girl saying, what's the outlook for me at my current position at work? I'm not like, they're really showing me that it's temporary. That's immediately what I'm seeing. It's a maximum of 3 months. A maximum of 3 months. That's what they're showing me. Mila saying, hi, lovely sky. Guidance about my divine partner and my divine timing with him. Thank you in advance. Okay, let's have a look at Mila. Okay, so same thing. I'm really getting a closed heart. So can we open your heart and just release all of this grief? Now, this is where mummy rage comes from, and where a lot of adult female depression comes from, is not being witnessed, not being validated, not being seen. Your kids take you for granted, your partner takes you for granted, your parents take you for granted. And it's this, and then you end up taking you for granted as well. You get angry that you let people do that. So can we let you witness the amount of work, time, energy that you pour into your family and into your relationship? Actually be with that for a minute, just how much you do give. Because if you want other people to witness your work and validate it, you have to see yourself in that light first. You have to see yourself as worth praising, recognizing, validating. Okay. Barbara, you're saying, yesterday lower back pain has surfaced and so has my husband back pain. Please, can I have healing and guidance? This is just you absorbing his energy, my love. So can we send it back, please? Okay. Brenda, what's blocking me from astral projecting as often as I used to? You are not sleeping as deeply as you used to. Your angels are immediately showing me that you're going into delta, but you're not going up into theta. So sleep supplements would probably help you because you're not relaxing. You can sleep and sleep more lightly. That's why I love to wear, I actually need a new one. My stepping device stopped stopped tracking my steps. So I need to get a new one. But you having a device that tracks your sleep and that tracks your exercise really helps to keep you more conscious about moving your body and about um, your sleep levels. You're not astral projecting properly because you're not sleeping properly. Hi, Sky. Can I have some clarity and healing regarding my addiction with cannabis? So, the addiction is to anxiety. Cannabis is how you're dealing with the anxiety. You're self medicating for the anxiety. If you work on the anxiety, then the addiction to cannabis will dissolve. But cannabis as a drug, it tends to be like mother neglect, lack of mother support or validation. Um, and like very critical mother or father energy. Cannabis helps you relax. So when you don't know how to relax, which means you have a lack of neuroregulation, you can use that drug to force a relax. And as far as drugs go, it's one of the least toxic ones that there is, particularly if you're taking it in oil format. Maybe try switching over to CBD and then coming off it gradually. But if you don't work the anxiety, the cannabis isn't going to go because you're using the cannabis to help you deal with the anxiety, even to let you sleep, because your body's very much in a strong chronic anxiety. So can we just close the anxiety, Jane? Would that be okay? Hi, Sky. What's keeping me from being away for oh, sorry. Hi, Sky. What is keeping me for so long away from my divine life partner? He showed up in a dream and I'm afraid we won't meet. Yeah, I'm being shown that you're gonna have to travel. I got very similar divine guidance when I met my soulmate, and I have a lot of friends that got the same. Your soulmate isn't in the same country as you. You're gonna have to start following your divine guidance. I can see you not going where you're guided to go, partly because you're financially blocked. Um, you're feeling guided to go to certain retreats, to certain ceremonies, to certain events, and you are not going. You are blocking it. So it's making it very hard for you to meet your soulmate, right? So can we release your blocks to going where God tells you to go? Because this is the virtue of an obedient heart. Okay, there we go. Barbara Youngsing, I'm absolutely loving being with you. I'm so grateful for all the love and support you give and what I'm learning from others in the readings here. I love angel readings for the exact reason. Things that come out of my mouth when I'm channeling really help me stay with who I am and also help me become a better teacher. So I'm very grateful you guys are here with me as well. Sky Skylar, no questions here. Just wanted to say thank you. You're helping me and my family a lot. I love to hear everything you say from the beginning to the end. I'm staying here for the gossip. I know, right? It's kind of like we're in a private room, even though we're more public than ever before. But this is what I mean about visibility. You want to create containers. Like we are in a container right now. We're in an energetic, very loving bubble because that's the energy that I choose. That's the energy that I set. That's the energy that I hold for you guys in God's heart. So I know we're very public, but I can feel, I feel like we are in a room together having a private conversation. And I do feel like we're sharing intimate, personal details of our lives because we are, right? And I also feel like we're profoundly safe in here. So it's 100% visibility is a joy. I promise you, there isn't anything to be afraid of. There really isn't anything to be afraid of as long as you follow your divine guidance. I have gotten myself into some real visibility pickles because guess what? I wasn't following my divine guidance. It's bad juju. So no matter what stage you're at, and I think the higher you go, the easier it is for people to persuade you or even to be nice to you because they want something from you, right? Um, but the reality is that you need to follow your divine guidance. And when it says no, you listen, and that's it. No is a complete sentence. Hi, Sky. Can you see what financial blocks are the most present for me? What can I focus on? You need to work on your self worth. It's huge. I'm getting Archangel Shamuel coming in, and I'm getting Archangel Metatron coming in. It's definitely a mother wound, but your financial worth is a reflection of your self worth. If you don't believe that your gifts are amazing, that they are valuable, that you are sitting on a gold mine, that you have something beautiful to offer the world, then you're not going to talk about it. You're not going to be clear about it. You're going to hide. You're going to sabotage yourself. So the first thing is worth, and worth comes from knowing that you are incredible. God doesn't make things that aren't, just so you know, right? And that you have an incredible contribution to make to this earth. Until that becomes energetically and emotionally true, because it can be true in here and not be true in your heart, right? Until you feel that, your income will be capped at a certain level, or your happiness will be capped at a certain level, because some people work really, really hard and then, like I said, they've no gratitude for anything. I was talking to a multi-billionaire yesterday on one of the discovery calls, and he was saying that he walked into his house and he was having a really bad day, and he saw that the builders, they were building some kind of an extension, were playing Spanish music and were dancing and were happy and were enjoying what they were doing. And his wife was happy baking in the kitchen because it's Thanksgiving and stuff like that, right? And he remembers stopping and going, these people have nothing compared to how much I have, and I'm the unhappiest person in the room, right? So without gratitude, you have no happiness. You can have everything in someone else's eyes, but without gratitude, no happiness. So without worthiness, no gratitude. If you think you have no worth, what do you have to be grateful for? You don't have anything special, right? So can we release this lie that you don't have anything special? And any part of you that doesn't want to be special, can we release all of this pride and ego stuff? We all want to be special, and we all are. Oh. Okay. Okay, last one. Beth is saying, I'm getting so much from listening to your readings. Can I ask how and when I will meet my soul partner after being with someone else for a long time, which has ended? Thank you. Okay, so they're showing me you need time, that you're numb and you're dissociated, your heart is still broken. So they're showing me 3 to 6 months, and they're showing me a lot of self-care and a lot of this relationship isolated you a lot. So a lot of letting yourself go out in public, connect with people, go to do what you love to do instead of hibernating, because that's what you're doing. You're in pain, so you're pulling away from the world. And they're showing me like use this time to feed yourself, because you haven't even, like, this relationship has just ended and you're already trying to move into another one. So the more you enjoy spending time with you, the higher level of soulmate that you will attract, because the more you enjoy spending time with you, the more your soulmate will enjoy spending time with you, that you magnetize in. right? So if you resent spending time with yourself, guess what? You're going to attract a soulmate that resents spending time with you. So if you think spending time with yourself is lonely, a waste of time, the way that you're kind of time in your life you're kind of wasting until the next soulmate comes along, can we release all of that? You need time to get to know who you are now. You need time because you've changed. You're not the same person you were before this relationship. You need to get to know yourself, what your needs are now, what your expectations are now, what your standards are now. Oh, okay. Okay. Hi, Sky. I'm a candidate for a job promotion and salary raise at work, but some technical and administrative obstacles appeared in the nomination system. Can you tell me what the problem is? And can you help me to get this promotion, please? So there's a real fear in you that you are like these are the areas where you feel the weakest. So can we release the belief that you have to have mastered a skill before you can get a job? And can we show you the truth? You have to commit to mastering that skill, right? And that's the conversation you want to have with them. You want to say, look, I'm taking this course in the tech, and specifically with working the kinds of tech that this company uses. I am committed to learning and taking like my project management skills to a higher level. So you guys know, right, that leadership is a skill and one I am still very much mastering. Okay. And bad leadership gets you killed. So I am really working hard on mastering it. And if you look around my desk when I was mastering being a spiritual teacher, I was surrounded by spiritual books. Now that I'm mastering being a leader, I've got books on project management. I've got books on marketing. I've got books on team building. I've got books on communication. I've got books on collective consciousness boundaries, right? I've got books on teaching because I'm creating an instructor course. So I have not mastered these skills, even though I'm at this new level, but I am 100% committed to mastering it. And make no mistake, I've fallen flat on my face in the attempt, right? And I've had some pretty ugly falls with some pretty ugly bruises learning how to lead. I'm not going to lie, but it's worth it because leadership is one of those skills that you will carry incarnation after incarnation after incarnation. And because of the satisfaction, the wholeness, and the gratitude that it gives you. And also the respect for authority. Like I lived my whole life until now with zero respect for authority. And now I have so much respect for authority. Like that whole shit paradigm is just destroyed. Now I have so much deep respect for authority because now I have like an inkling of how hard it really is to have all these people sticking you up on a pedestal, right, with these insane expectations for you and no expectations for themselves, and having everybody hold you accountable instead of holding themselves accountable, and still staying loving and kind and knowing where everyone is and knowing what everyone is doing and knowing people's birthdays and private lives and being a good person and a leader as well as just running your life mission. It's an act of dedication. It's an act of love. And before I used to be like, why aren't these people doing it better? So anywhere where you are blocking your own respect for authority, right? Because you won't, if you don't respect authority, how are you going to be an authority? Why would you want all that disrespect? There you go. So you don't have to have the skills mastered, but you do have to be making a conscious effort to master those skills. You can't be like, oh, they'll train me on the job and oh, it's their responsibility. No, you want that job, you want that position, you have to own this space. That is how it works. We've put a big girl pants on now. Trust me, your boss, at the next level, no one wants to be chasing you, figuring out if you're doing your stuff or teaching you what to do. You should know. You can ask for help, but you need to be proactive. There we go. Okay. Maya saying, thank you for everything. I'm joining the Theta Healing course this weekend. Whoop, 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 whoop. The money is coming. Yep, the money is definitely coming. Can you please clear it for me, Skylar? Yes. So okay. So particularly women tend to ask for too little, not too much. And it's partly because the media is constantly bombarding us going, you should be saving more. You should stop buying that latte. Don't buy that dress and then you'll have enough money. Bullshit. Bullshit. I call spiritual bullshit. I call emotional bullshit. I call financial bullshit. Women are under earning. We are under earning and we need more than men do. We do because we are the ones that end up taking care of the childcare. We are the ones that end up taking care of all of the extra things, not just that kids need, but that our parents need. We had that conversation. We need to have more than just savings. We need to have safety, right? So anywhere where you are playing it small financially and you're going, I don't have enough money. I just need enough money for one theta class. I just need enough money to do medical intuitive. I just need enough money to pay these bills. Pardon my language. F that. Can we just open your abundance to you deserve more? A lot more. You deserve to have plenty to use, to spare, and to share. You need a lot more than you think you need. Whatever you think you need, triple it. Whatever you have then on that manifestation for what you financially need, please go and times it by 3 because that is what you need. There we go. You deserve a spiritual education and a financial education. You are not given one at school. And most of you are being taught how to be abundant by people who are broke. And you're wondering why it's not working, right? You wouldn't learn how to be at peace from somebody who was miserable. So why are you studying or taking advice from how to make money from people who are broke or from people who are doing it in a way that you hate, right? You have to be around people who are doing what you want to do and who are abundant whilst they are doing it. I make really good money from being a spiritual teacher, but it's not my only stream of income and it's not the only way that my finances come. So can we show you that you're allowed to have multiple streams of passive income, that you're allowed to have financial literacy and financial intelligence? I'm hearing some of you, what's not feminine? Some of you are like little cats. You're going, hiss, no. Can we just release that feisty little kitten energy from you and go, yes, yes, yes. Okay? It's time. This is like a knock from God going, hey, I want you to be financially abundant, but you have to be willing to change. There we go. Stubborn, stubborn, stubborn. You guys are stubborn. Can I just brush out that stubbornness? I've got like my angel brush and I'm just brushing away at the bottom of your heart, brushing away at this base chakra. Stubborn, stubborn, stubborn. I'm just brushing away this stubborn poverty energy. Stubborn. You guys are stubborn. Take a deep breath for me. Enough. It's got to go. We're just scrubbing it away. Oh, there we go. Okay, you guys are looking good. Let's do our closing prayer. Oh, one last one sneaking there from Brenda. Is teaching lucid dreaming the right path for me right now? Yes. I almost said the word duh. Yes, Brenda. Teach lucid dreaming. Teach astral projection. Write a book on it. Write a course on it. Please. The world needs it. Okay. Oh, great spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste.